Well, welcome everyone as you're looking at our invitation to our workshop. This is a workshop unlike any that you've ever experienced before. This is on emotional frequency, inner work, and the path beyond anti-Blackness. So again, welcome. I am Diane Wong, and here with me is my co-trainer, Renee Taylor.
Hello, hello.
We're inviting you into a workshop designed for this time in the world of upheaval. It's a training in emotional presence and racial truth telling. But more than that, it's a call to remember the beauty and depth of process work, not only as a set of skills, but as a path for holding humanity at the edge of annihilation and survival.
We live in days when despair feels so close. Nuclear weapons are again discussed casually. Wars erupt from Ukraine to Gaza to Taiwan. Climate collapse and rising fascism erode trust in the future. It's very, very tempting to turn away or to believe that nothing can change. But process work was born for moments like this. Arnold Mindell envisioned world work and deep democracy so we might learn to stay on the edge, that fiery place where trauma and history and power collide, and stay there long enough for something new to emerge. That requires presence. That requires clarity. And that requires courage.
So we're offering tools as lanterns, not burdens. During our training, we are offering tools to steady that courage. In this set of workshops on October 6th and October 20th, you will learn the David Hawkins scale of consciousness to recognize the frequency that you carry, the Junto wheel to name emotions with greater precision, a process-inspired method that we're calling Name It, Frame It, and Redefine It. These are not extra weights for you to carry. They are lanterns for your path. They do not replace process work. They illuminate it. They help you stay in relationship, stay effective, and find your way through difficult dialogue.
When racial tensions arise, many facilitators freeze, smooth things over, or withdraw. These tools give you another way forward. Name it. Recognize the emotion in you and in the field. Frame it. Understand how history, culture, and trauma shape it. And lastly, redefine it. Choose how to move so you can still listen, still speak, and still hold the fire. With practice, these tools become part of your facilitation presence, helping you stand in heat without burning out or burning others.
Now, session one, we're calling that anti-Blackness as the edge. Our first session will turn toward anti-Blackness, not as an abstract concept, but as the deepest wound of this society, a wound carried in emotions as much as in systems. We will trace how emotions become a fuel for oppression. Greed and fear drove the transatlantic slave trade. Greed turned Africans into commodities. Fear of revolt justified chains, whips, and death, turning the ocean into a graveyard. We'll look at shame and disgust and how that justified colonial hierarchies. Shame was taught into the colonized, disgust into the colonizer, who declared whole people dirty, inferior, and less than human. We'll look at rage and envy as feeding Jim Crow terror. White rage at Black progress burned homes, churches, entire towns. Envy of Black success fueled lynch mobs and laws of exclusion. Terror was a tool to remind Black people to know their place. And denial and fear muted the civil rights movement. Even as Black voices sang for freedom, many whites insisted, not now, not here, not my problem. Denial and fear dulled the cries for justice, leaving the work unfinished. And so today, anxiety, bias, and indifference keep systemic harm in place. Anxiety whispers that talking about race is too dangerous. Bias hides in everyday decisions, in jobs, housing, schools, and indifference says it doesn't affect me, while the same structure of exclusion keeps turning generation after generation. These are not just historical forces, they are emotional legacies alive in each and every one of us, ready to surface in the room unless we meet them consciously.
In session 2, we're going to talk practice and inner work. The second session moves into practice. We'll work with the Hawkins scale to notice when we are in fear, shame, or anger, states that shut dialogue down. We're going to practice shifting towards courage, willingness, and love. This is where transformation is possible. We'll use the Junto wheel to redefine language for emotions so that generalized anger exposes resentment, betrayal, or frustration, and fear exposes dread, vulnerability, or inadequacy. Clarity of language builds clarity of facilitation.
Here is the deeper challenge. We're taught to think, but not how to feel. And we're taught even less to trust emotion as intelligence, as spiritual energy guiding us toward wholeness. But emotion is not a distraction from dialogue. It is the current running through it. If we ignore it, we repeat old traumas. If we learn to navigate it, we begin to change history. This is inner work. This is reclaiming emotion as essential and learnable.
Who is this for, and what will you gain from it? This workshop is for facilitators, process workers, and anyone ready to encounter conversations on race with more courage and more skill. It's for people of all racial backgrounds who are willing to face what lives inside them, not to prove something, but to free themselves to hold space for others.
Anti-Blackness lives in all of us. All of us. Not because we are broken, but because we've been shaped by systems built on distortion. Once we see it, the task is to move it out of our inner structures. That is the beginning of healing and the beginning of new community.
What will you gain from this? Insight into the emotional and systemic roots of anti-Blackness, practical tools for emotional regulation and facilitation, a step-by-step method to stay present in racial tension, language that blends psychology, energy, and history, a foundation for deeper transformation in yourself and in the groups you serve.
So here's our closing invitation. We are not here to give you every answer. We are here to open a path where process work becomes a mirror and a compass, helping you stand in today's crisis and still glimpse tomorrow's possibility.
This work takes practice. But once you've practiced, These tools are no longer tools. They will become part of your presence, your leadership, and your way of being.
So take what resonates, adapt it, make it yours, because the facilitation humanity needs right now is not just technical, it is emotional, energetic, and spiritually aligned.
We're excited about this much needed work, and we really hope you'll join us. Awareness, intention, commitment, this is the work.
And thank you for listening and watching. We'll see you on October 6th and again on October 20th.